it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
What's up, everybody? There we go. Man, listen. Talking about Goldberg. Episode 538. We out here late talking about wrestling. They used to call it wrestling. Cause it's classy. Like Freddie Blassie. Here we go. Talking about P&P on the show. Talking about Goldberg with the streak of 173-0. Lost to Kevin Nash and got tased by Scott Hall with the cattle prod. That was kind of cattle prod, kind of odd. Broke a streak. No longer sleek, no longer slick, no longer silky, no longer streak, no longer undefeated, weak, broke the streak from the outsiders with the glider, with the cattle prod, with the Ida, booked him to lose, very big bruise on his ego, he got one more match left in him, or maybe more. Had a shoulder injury, sidelined him for a long time, but he's back in his prime. Not quite, but it's okay because he alright. It's Goldberg. He's the man with the spear. The chance you hear, Goldberg, 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 with the jackhammer, with the slammer, P&P power slammer, power slam ya, with the spear, jackhammer, with the row. Whoa, Goldberg. Who would you want him to go against? Maybe it is the Miz, Ziggler, but he already went against him at SummerSlam. Undertaker, no, not again. Who could it be? P&P. That's the subject of today. Hey, that's it. There we go, yo. That's my freestyle for today, man. It's become a thing. All right. Let's go, P&P Nation. What is going on? Ricky's in the building. Lexi's in the building. What's up, good fellow? Ricky King's in the building. I don't remember Scott Putski way before my time. Putski was a big thing. and Global Wrestling Federation. Early 90s. His dad is Ivan Putski, legendary WWE former WWE champion. Ivan Putski, the Polish Power. Ivan Putski, legend in the business. And they brought him into WWE because he was really big in Global, actually. Won the top title there. And Global Wrestling Federation was the federation in Texas, Dallas, Texas, at the Sportatorium. A lot of people came from Global. The Godfather was in Global. Bradshaw was in Global. The Patriot was in Global. Al Perez, Sean Waltman, and these are people I'm thinking about from the top of my head. Old Black Bart, our boy, PNP's boy, Black Bart was in Global Wrestling Federation. Yeah, Hollywood John Tatum, Rod Price. Who else? Ahmed Johnson, he was Moabib. Johnny Flamingo, which we know is Raven. Yeah, I mean, there was some Bagwell was in Global. He was a handsome stranger. Global has some bangers, man. Has some all-stars. Global Wrestling Federation. Somebody needs to do a documentary on Global. Global has some all-stars, man. Yeah. Cara Jade put her tag title in trash. Interesting. Now that might be them writing off. Why would they write that off? They just have no hope in the tag team division either way. It looks like there's no plans to resurrect the tag team division for the females. Let me see the quality here. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it's weird because it doesn't seem like they have any hope in the tag division at all. So writing off both tag divisions, very interesting. Have I been watching Biography and Rivals? No, I haven't, but I'm all about watching new stuff because I always look for new things to watch during my cardio sessions at the gym. I've been upping my cardio 5 more minutes, so I've been doing 35-minute cardio sessions to start off my workout. And so what I do is I look at something for that half hour. It's been 35 minutes this week. It's typically half an hour. So yeah, I usually watch something during that half an hour. And so, do you have any suggestions? What rivalry or biography should I watch? I've watched a bunch of the biographies. I heard that Taker's just came out, so I might watch Taker's during cardio. And on Wednesdays in the morning, I have a little bit more time to watch something. So yeah, I do cardio for 30, and then I lift weights and take care of these guns for about 45 minutes or so. See, people keep saying too old. That makes no sense to me. No sense at all. I'm all for it. I'm all for it because Flair's, if anything, Flair's too old. And at the end of the day, 73-year-old people are going to watch it. And Goldberg's 56, 55. I think he'll be 56 this year. I mean, Flair was wrestling in his 50s. If you got it, you got it. Here's the thing. Goldberg has never been he's never been a pro wrestling guy. What gets me, what I don't like about WWE booking him is they're booking Goldberg in wrestling matches. That is the downfall of Goldberg's popularity because Goldberg plowed through people. That was Goldberg's gimmick. If you remain that gimmick, if you keep that gimmick, that's what he's going to be. I mean, Goldberg got over because people was chanting his name, and he was super over because people wanted to legitimately chant his name and wanted to legitimately um, see him plow through people, see him plow through competitors. That was his entire gimmick in the WCW. So anything other than that is not going to give him the same level of popularity and superstardom as he got when he was plowing through talent. That was his gimmick. People wanted to see some type of cyborg machine just come and plow through people. They liked that type of destruction. That's what Goldberg was. So if you're having him as in catch catch can matches, that is something antithetical to who Bill Goldberg is as a character. That is the problem. When you have him in matches, in long matches, that's not Goldberg. That is not Goldberg. That's not his character. And anytime you have him in long matches, that's the reason why people popped when he beat Brock Lesnar in a minute and a half, because that is old school Goldberg. Now, if it was some type of long match, or even a 5-minute match, if it was anything of that sort, the fans would have not been into the match. But because he was old school Goldberg, people cheered. People popped when he beat Brock Lesnar because that's who Goldberg is. We saw the old Goldberg again. Do you think WWE will ever get unmissable ever again? That's a good question, Ricky. No, I don't think so. I don't know with this TV 14 rating. Will it do anything? I'm not too confident about that, but we shall see. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Staying cool and hydrated. Thank you. I am actually. I am. To the best of my ability. Do I use the pages link? Yeah, just use Facebook or YouTube. Follow at Pancakes and Powerslams on YouTube. This is through 3 outlets now: the Pancakes and Powerslams Facebook, the Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube, and the Wrestling Rumors Facebook. Alonzo's in the building. When WWE goes to TV 14, what changes do you think we'll get? Yeah, like I said, I think it'll just be more blood, maybe profanity, but I don't think that does anything. Mostly blood, honestly. Mostly blood. That's it. Yes, Taker's documentary. That's right. The Polish Hammer, the double axe handle. Boom. The Polish Hammer. What are my thoughts and opinions on the maximum male models? Max Dupree, Marseille, and Mansoir. Comedy. Just simple comedy. That's really it. Just comedy. That's it. Unfortunately, we don't really need that. We don't need that type of feel on SmackDown. You go from Roman Reigns and Jey Uso having one of the most riveting storylines in recent WWE history to Mansoir and Marseille. It's nothing. It's an absolute waste. It does create some type of chuckle, but that's not what pro wrestling's all about. If your character's strong enough, if there's an end game, it's not even heat they're getting. People are just like, oh, okay, no, time to get a hot dog. I mean, just it's nothing. It's a nothing segment. I think it's funny. It creates a little chuckle, but at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, like this is not what you want. If you are Monsoir and Marseille, uh, you shouldn't be super happy about getting this type of uh, spot on WWE television. They're going to be tag team champions anytime soon. And if they do, yikes. SummerSlam, which match would you book between Edge, the Mysterios, and Finn and Priest, tag or singles? See, I can see Mysterio going. Ugh. And then Edge makes sense that he's doing Judgment Day, but Edge and Balor, but Balor's the heel. Ugh. Just I can understand the rumors of why they don't like the card. Although that's weird that they don't like the card that they created, but and this is SummerSlam, but card's weak. Did I hear that Jesse the Body Ventura might run for president? Yes. Wow, Shivani. Wow, Scheme Gene. Wow, Gorilla. I do. That would be interesting, actually. Reigns put go. That should be his last match ever. I won seconds. Aaron is. I think what turns fans off with Goldberg is his attitude outside of wrestling. Because I heard him on the radio doing an interview, and he was like, another interview, like my 14th interview, and he turned the host off when he said that. Oh, I'm so interested in that, hearing that. I'm so interested in hearing that. What was it called? What interview was that? I want to play it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, you give it to me and I'll play it. I'll play a soundbite of it, actually. So let me know. I'm so interested in hearing that. One of the upcoming docs will be on the first WrestleMania. That should be pretty cool. Bella Twins is coming soon. Yeah, okay. Vince was on vacation. Vince on vacation this week. Okay. Biography on the Bellas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There are. Okay. I'm not really interested. SummerSlam match of all time is next week's SummerSlam trivia. Yes, the plan is SummerSlam trivia next week, and I might do that on Legion of Raw too. I might do just a bunch of SummerSlam trivia actually on Legion of Raw and PNP. SummerSlam, favorite SummerSlam match of all time. The only one really stands out to me. I'm sure, I have to go back and see what other SummerSlam matches there are, but the one that stands out to me the most is Wembley '92. Bulldog and Brett. You need your tickets to the gun show, Chad? I think they are over there. Dion is I get the feeling Dolph's going to cost Theory Money in the Bank, cash in at SummerSlam, and they're building something. I think Dolph is just filler to make Theory look better. Really, I see. That's what I can see Black Scorpions never appeared on PNP though. So I don't know. Maybe we need to wait until Monday or do I don't know. See, I think we might have to wait until Monday for that, or we gotta find out. Gotta find out, man, because that would be interesting. I would be super interested to find out if what the Black Scorpion thinks about that. I would be interested to find that out. I think that's a really good idea. Goldberg and Black Scorpion. I'm game for that. What do you think about Mrs. Mandy Rose? Well, she's not married yet, so it'll just be Ms. Mandy Rose. Going to the main roster, who do you think Maxine Dupree is going to be? Wait a minute. There's a Maxine Dupree? Wait a minute. How did I miss this? It says there's a Maxine Dupree. Where did I miss this? I saw the tennis collection of Massoir, Marseille. But there's a Maxine Dupree. Oh, goodness. Wow. They're really trying to do this. Do it. Have faith for the Tennessee Titans. With Tannehill at the helm, I'm not too big about that. I think that's cliffhanger. I'll do predictions next week. Probably I'll do predictions next week. Most likely on PNP and or the Wrestling Outlaws or Riding with Russo. One of the many shows that I do with myself, Vince, Road Dogg, whoever. I mean, I've got next week's guest confirmed. One of many options. I do a lot of shows every week. Alonzo, in your opinion, who WWE currently has the best entrance music? See, I like questions like this, actually. The best entrance music in WWE right now. Their music has been super bland lately. I still like Drew's music. I think like when I think of music that like can have an elaborate WrestleMania entrance. That stands the test of both talent and theme songs. If you can create an elaborate entrance from your theme song and from your character, that is the test for me. So Drew can definitely have bagpipes and all that good stuff. You can have like a big line of bagpipes and you can do all that. He comes out in his kilt, that you can have elaborate entrance that way. Other than that, oof. Oh, I don't. Oh, and it's like theme songs are huge for me. Theme songs is a huge deal for me. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why WWE doesn't have an appeal, because everybody, Jim Johnston, when I interviewed him, bucket list, by the way, I always wanted to interview Jim Johnston because I'm a big sucker for good entrance music, pro wrestling entrance music. And he said something interesting. He said, you know what, one of his goals as he was composing music was to have something unique to the character that you couldn't just swap it with somebody else. And that stuck to me. That's a big deal. And Kevin Owens' music, you could swap Seth's music. I mean, because of his character, like he's became a character. You know, he's became like he's made it a thing, but it's still swappable though. You could swap Theory's music for AJ Styles, A Town Down. No, at least with Theory's music, it says something about him. I think Reigns' music is the best music in WWE actually, because it has that king regal, you know, kind of royalty feel to it. I wasn't a big fan of Reigns' music in the beginning, but I actually like it a lot now. I've liked it probably for about 6 or 7 months. So I would say Reigns. I would say Roman Reigns is the best music. But like AJ's music was swapped. You know, the rumor was it was swapped. It was supposed to be James Storm's music, and it was swapped to AJ. So you know, the music is swappable, and that's bad. It's horrible. Would I interview Perry Saturn? Absolutely, 100%. GYV with a new look and new names. What is up with that? Like, so people are assuming. So people are assuming that these NXT characters, like people don't watch NXT. How in the world are you just going to like? Just imagine someone who's an actor on an episodic television show, and the theme is the same, like it's a spinoff, so to speak. And the person comes in, and he was an actor on this show, and that was his name. And then he changes his name, but he's the same actor. But he changes his name and his look, but it's the same show. It's just a spinoff. People would say, "Wait a minute, that was him. Like, where'd he go?" Like, it's hard to follow that stuff, man. It really is. It's so weird. Absolutely weird. How's the family and are the kiddos ready to go back to school? Family's good. Family's really, really good. Kiddos are enjoying the summer, actually. They're in vacation Bible school this week, and they have daycare a few days a week. Just chilling, they having fun. Went on a family trip last month. We have a family vacation every year in the summertime, beginning of the summer. And they had a fun. They had a great time. They went to the Newport Aquarium and the Ark Encounter, Noah's Ark. And that was fun. Last year we went to Hershey Chocolate Factory. So yeah, it was fun. And the birthday was a few weeks ago. And so that was fun. And yeah, they just been having fun. They just been having a good time. Just enjoying the summertime. It's crazy that school starts back in a month though. So Maxine Dupree will probably be Jenny from NXT UK. Interesting. What's Wrestling Outlaws? My show with Vince Russo and Road Dogg. That's my show with them. Danny D's in the building. Columbus's own Alexa Bliss. Why? Like weird. I would agree with you. I know that you are Roman Reigns obsessive, Mark, but I agree that Reigns is the best thing right now. Why is the WWE so infatuated with Logan Paul? He's not cut out to be a babyface. I agree with you 100%, Alonzo. He is definitely not cut out to be a babyface. You know, I was sharing that with Bill Apter yesterday when we did our show. And no, it's a no for me, dog. No, it's an absolute no when it comes to Logan Paul being a babyface. It doesn't make no sense. He's one of the most hated people in the country. People cannot stand Logan Paul, especially his brother, Jake. And so, no, like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Every single time he would come, like before the Miz thing, he came out and tried to be like a celebrity guest type deal. he got booed. People don't like. He's just a mark. He's marketing himself to be someone that you love to hate. Why in the world would you make him a baby face? This doesn't make any sense. And if you're trying to make the spotlight on him, okay, like he can still be in a tag match. And they're probably doing this because he's the celebrity. They want him to win the match. So that's the reason why he won at SummerSlam, but doesn't have that same feel if you're coming in as this big celebrity and you win as a heel. I get it. But at the same time, like he's making a big check regardless. He's Logan Paul. All right. He's a heel. Um, but they're infatuated with them because to WWE, he's a crossover figure. You know, he's an opportunity for them to explore other demographics. Edge's thing, yeah. What do you think about the thin? I know you meant think. About the return of Jeff Jarrett in his hometown as special ref at SummerSlam. Oh yeah, I'm cool with it. Interestingly enough, it's a day before he wrestles Flair in a tag match. So Jeff's got a big weekend ahead of him. Both in Tennessee though, so it should be pretty fun. So kudos to Jeff Jarrett, man. I was just chatting with him a few weeks back. Jeff Jarrett's always been super nice to me, man. You know, big kudos to Jeff Jarrett. I've had plenty of chats and encounters with Jeff Jarrett, even in person. I've had an encounter with him in person, and told him who I was, and he gave me this is when he was over TNA, gave me 2 free tickets to a TNA event, and it was really cool, man. And I reminded him of that story recently. He said, "Yeah, I remember." Super nice. He even put me over in the Sports Keeter interview that he had. The assistant manager of Sports Keeter interviewed him, and he name dropped me, and so it was cool, man. Nothing but respect for Jeff Jarrett, man. He's been super nice to me throughout the years. They do that all the time on soap operas. I just found out this one guy is going to be another character. But you have to understand, like, if the actors are still like it's they're not another character. They're still the tag team, the grizzled young veterans, but they just changed their name and their look as if like people are supposed to see this and it changes their brand. Like that's the problem. Like when it comes to soap operas, especially episodic television though, but soap operas could have a different type of deal to it because and this still doesn't happen a lot though. Like it could have a different deal. If someone's some other character, like it would be like, for instance, think about this. Like I used to watch the Haves and Have Nots a lot. Like a few years ago, I stopped watching. My wife and I stopped watching it, but for like probably 3 seasons hard, like 3-4 seasons hard, we watched it. So every single character on Have and Have Nots in different scenes like was a big deal. There was about a good 6 or 7 people that had a really, really good definitive characters, and everybody meant something. Like for instance, I don't even remember any of the names. Candace, for instance, the Tika Sumter. She was like one of the big characters, one of the big prominent characters. Then her mom, don't remember her name. For some reason, I'm thinking of an age, but she was a big prominent character too. But if she would have been some other character, it would have been super weird because if someone's really involved and someone's and the show is so riveting that we're really involved in it, the more riveting the show, the more it would just throw us off if this character that we're buying in if she switches to something, Hannah, that's her name. If she switches over to somebody else, it would really be odd. It would really take us away from the buy-in that we had in the character. Even, and I'm even thinking of, like, for instance, the white police guy. I forgot his name. He's I think he's actually, I don't know if they're still dating, but I know that he was dating Candace in real life. But um yeah, I mean, stuff like that, man. Like, just every single character on that show meant something, from the smallest to the biggest. And even like the characters that weren't as major, they're more supporting characters, they still meant something. And so it just, the more you're buying into the show, the more the more it'll feel different, and more they'll be off if they just switch characters. But here's the thing, even if you do that once or twice, but with WWE, you're literally just like, especially NXT, you're like, they're switching names and characters everywhere all the time. So people are like, okay, wait a minute, wasn't he him, and wasn't she her, wasn't they them? Like, what are we doing here? This is a weird show. It's not even the same show anymore. It doesn't even feel like the same show. So that confuses the audience for sure. All right, let's tackle a few more of these. Let's see what we got. Subscribe to Sports Kita page, Ricky. It drops on every Friday. Wrestling Outlaws drops on every Friday. They get confused, exactly. A Kid has a new theme, Axiom. He's a superhero, and his entrance they speed up like he's moving super fast. Are you talking about? I don't know who A Kid is. Did we get to see a glimpse? Did you get to see? We got a glimpse of Brian Clay's last week on AEW. Came out with Tully Group, but left right after. Which show? I have been not following Rampage over the past few weeks. It seems like that's another show for me that's about to fall by the wayside. Like, I watch Dynamite. I usually don't catch until like Thursday late, sometimes even Fridays, because it's just losing my interest, unfortunately. Rampage is almost completely lost my interest. I'm about 3 weeks behind for Rampage, because nothing really comes out of Rampage. So I'm like, man, what am I doing here? So Rampage, I may catch it. If I find out that something happened, I might catch it. But Rampage is starting to be another show that's fallen by the wayside to me. What about Goldberg versus Walter? Or Gunther? I should say Gunther. No, because Goldberg just coming in, jobbing out to people. I'm not really interested in that, actually. Love Demolition's new music. Theme music. Oh yeah, Demolition is one of the greatest tag team themes of all time. Hands down. Ultimate Warrior, Taker, Damian Walker, Roller. Those are all good ones. Lesnar themes is unique. Oh yeah, I mean, like it fits him. It fits like the beast. Yeah, it's really interesting. Absolutely. Plus, Brock Lesnar is just a league of his own. He's the alpha male of our species, as Pat McAfee would say. Gunther's manager is going to turn on him. For what? For what? I'm not sure. A Kid was in NXT UK. Okay, yeah, I don't watch NXT UK. Yeah, sure. I mean, Gunther's manager is going to turn on him, but So I mean, like, what's really that going to do? Let's see. So they're probably going to be Drew versus Sheamus at SummerSlam. No, I don't see that. You know what? It may, but I don't. I just don't care. So they would have a month to build Drew to be on a level to beat Reigns and Cardiff. Otherwise, the one and only reason Drew is winning is because of UK pay per view. Yeah, I do think. I do think you make a good point there, Ricky. Actually, Drew, Drew versus Sheamus just is not appealing to me at all. I can see why they're doing that. They're just booking. They're not booking Drew strong. He had a WrestleMania match against Corbin, against Happy Corbin. Nothing against Happy Corbin, but they haven't booked Corbin as a main eventer in quite some time. So that really didn't. I mean, it was a filler. You know what I mean? Because they want to keep him away from the title picture, and I get it, but it was a weird build. It really didn't do much to help Drew, honestly. And to be honest with you, Drew versus Sheamus at SummerSlam, that really doesn't do much for Drew either. That really didn't do much for Drew. And the crazy thing about that is Sheamus just hasn't been booked strong enough to make Drew look good. You've got to have a strong heel. The strongest heel on SmackDown right now is Gunther. I think Drew. I definitely think Drew should beat Roman. I keep saying that. I mean that, especially since the UK pay per view. But I'm intrigued to see Walter versus Drew, and Drew be the one to dethrone Walter. It just makes sense that Drew wins, and I think he should. But if I had my way, Bobby Lashley would have. Bobby Lashley would have dethroned Roman Reigns by cashing in their Money in the Bank at like before a pay per view, like heading into a pay per view. Not no banana peel. Like there's no need for Lashley to slip on a banana peel, to have a banana peel win. Or he could have said, he could basically like make it into a feud that he's going to cash at a pay-per-view like RVD did. Kind of having the whole Biggie, I want to start off with doing a tweet that I'm going to cash in on Monday and then go throughout the whole show that he cashed it in, end up cashing it at the end. I mean, it was okay, but I said before, it was an episode of Raw, and Raw is so lackluster that him winning the WWE Championship, his first one on an episode of Raw, was just really underwhelming to me. So we shall see. We shall see. I like on paper Drew versus Gunther. I like how that sounds. Drew versus Sheamus is filler to make him look good. So I can see why they do that. Because they don't have anything else to do with her and they're trying to just do this comic relief weird segment. That's why. I can actually see most of the fans at Clash Castle being very unhappy. Over here, no one sees Drew on the level to beat Reigns. I don't know if you like no one. I'd beg to differ. That's a pretty UK's a very big country to say no one. I can't say that for here in the States. I can't speak for everybody in the States. I can speak for a majority based on what I see on social media and fans and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like for instance, heels even get cheered in their home state. So Drew's going to get cheered in the UK, even if people don't really care about Drew too much. He's a hometown boy, so I mean, he's going to get cheered in the UK. He was the last person to pin Roman. That was like 2 years ago, though. So actually, that was 2019. So that was about 3 years ago. Yeah, I did see that. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Interesting decision there, but I'm not mad at it though. Not mad at it. All right, P&P. Right, P&P. All right, P&P. Let's see. P&P. It is about that time, y'all. Let's go. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. I can see this happening, and I will be totally fine with it, and I think they should. Gas prices about $4.20 to $4.50 in Ohio. No, I don't. Not a Darth Vader voice changer. I have a voice modulator board. And it's really cool. Thank you, Chris, for the great show. Shout outs. Michael K. Show with Peter Rosenberg. I got to watch this. Michael K. Show. Goldberg with Peter Rosenberg. I gotta watch this. Give us one more gun show. There you go. There's your gun show. P&P, I'll see you later. I'll see you